recording live at the Gresham Historic Downtown Museum, where we performed musical comedy Murders. I'm Jordana.
I'm Evelyn, and welcome to the Thespian Awards Ceremony 2020! We have so much in store for you tonight. We have senior awards, we have new Thespian inductions, and special performances by state qualifiers. But first, a moment of silence for those we've lost this year. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage.
Hey kid, you're really good.
I know!
Silent reverie. You're in the arms
Who
of
wants to go to the mall and get Subway?
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real!
It was supposed to be year 2020. We were supposed to walk across that stage. We were supposed to have our prom, senior all night party, the banquet, basketball, like all that sort of thing. No.
There's vultures and thieves at your back. Storm keeps on twisting. You keep on building the lies that you made.
That's all for now. See you guys later.
Welcome students, parents, and community members. To start off the evening, I will be singing a song from the musical The Prom. The song was written from the perspective of an educator to theater artists. Listen carefully to the lyrics. Through all the obstacles we have faced this year, we still told stories, and we still entertained. We dreamed together and grew as people and as artists. We were relational, we were excellent, we were unified, we were involved, and we were supportive.
My days have little glamour, writing memos, making calls, and wincing at the grammar written on the bathroom walls. It's all school supplies and budget size and wading through red tape. That's why I love the theater. It's how I escape. We look to you to take us away from the soul-crushing jobs and emasculating pay. When our lives come up short and our hopes are sad and few, you whisk us off to someplace strange and new. We look to you in good times and bad. The world you create make the real one seem less sad. The curtain goes up, and every now and then it feels as if we're coming home again. Yes, coming home again. We need a place to run to when everything goes wrong, when the answer to each problem is to burst into a song, and standard rules of logic just simply don't apply when people dance in unison and no one wonders why. We look to you, as strange as it seems, when reality goes to scary new extremes. So never give up, and this I guarantee. Next time you think no one cares, you can look to me.
The International Thespian Society, founded in 1929, is an honorary organization for high school and middle school theater students located at more than 4,900 affiliated secondary schools across America and abroad.
The mission of ITS is to honor student achievement in the theater arts. High school students are known as Thespians. ITS is a division of the Educational Theater Association.
The Thespian Troupe is a subset of the theater arts program. It is the Student Honor Society, a separate organization, and membership is earned.
Any student may become a member of the theater program, but only students who are officially inducted and registered by the Educational Theater Association International Office may be a member of the International Thespian Society.
Eligibility to become a member requires a minimum of 100 hours of theater involvement outside of classes and involvement in 2 high school productions as an actor or a technician.
We will now begin our official induction ceremony for our new eligible inductees.
Fellow students, parents, and friends, it is a pleasure to welcome you here for Thespian Troupe 1145 of the International Thespian Society of Sam Barlow High School's initiation of the following students: Savannah Cochran, Hunter Matheny, Marin Miller, Toby Nehorn, and Colin Totten. These candidates, through their efforts, have fulfilled the requirements for membership in our troupe and are here before us. The International Thespian Society was organized for the purpose of advancing the standards of excellence in theater arts in the secondary schools and to honor those students who have done outstanding work in school theater programs. The Society is a service, as well as an honorary organization that stresses continued participation in the arts as a means of widening the students' and the community's cultural horizons. Let us look more deeply, then, into the process through which theater arts have become a part of humanity's cultural heritage.
No one knows when humans began to dance. Scientists believe that they have always danced, even before they uttered meaningful sounds. Early humans realized that everything around them had rhythmic impulse. In their attempt to understand the world and worship the gods, they imitated these patterns and developed the earliest known form of drama. Humans lived to learn in 2 worlds. In addition to the savage world of reality, in which they fought for existence, they created another, emotional world, full of hope and imagination, which they expressed in dance. The beginnings of music are buried within the past, but through the inner mystery that all living things leave behind, humans found musical form in tone, quality, pitch, and rhythm. Because early humans learned to shout, we have learned to sing. I light this candle to celebrate humanity's first step toward civilization and our contact with the beauty of song, the music of spheres.
Humans were not satisfied making only nuances of sounds, so they discovered that words could become symbols for their thoughts. Speech became a part of the total experience of the human race. It was enough for other forms of life to lack community communication, but that did not satisfy humanity's needs. Today, while we can touch the past only in our imaginations, we know that when intellect spoke to intellect, forces were set in motion that lifted humanity from the mire to the stars. Every age has its own dramatic rules and conventions. The classical realism of the Elizabethans has given way to the techniques of modern drama. However, just as the ancient Greek protagonist struggled to cleanse the heart by filling it with pity and awe, so today the writers of our time depict the agonies of the human drama, one in which we play a part. I light this candle to symbolize the enlightening power of speech and in appreciation of this world's heritage of heart and mind embodied in dramatic literature.
About 535 BC, at the festival of Dionysus, a new dimension of drama was added when Thespian, who was the prominent leader of the Greek chorus, decided to step out from that group and recite portions of drama alone. Due to this action, Thespian is thought to be the first actor. We also believe he is the first who wore masks to portray more than one part. To honor this early Greek writer, all actors are called Thespians, and we also call ourselves the International Thespian Society. Our emblem displays the two masks of tragedy and comedy, and they are etched in the colors of blue and gold. They are bound together with a Thespian T. The theater speaks to all of us, and at the same time, it speaks for all of us. It is a critical voice urging humanity to become aware of the world while they live and pass their judgment upon it. It is a social voice, exhibiting the nobility of humanity as well as its pettiness. Most of all, it is a prosthetic voice. The events which affect humanity's future are given to the form to use techniques of modern theater. Truly, to paraphrase Shakespeare, all the world is our stage, and we men and women are its players. I light this candle in memory of Thespis, and to praise the living spirit of world theater. I light it to remind the wearers of the mask that the emblem represents a proud and dignified heritage, and that this heritage is now entrusted to us.
The International Thespian Society is an honorary organization, in the sense that students are given recognition for having met certain requirements and standards. Membership in the Thespians is an honor and a reward for your participation in the theater arts program at your school. We have carefully checked the records of these candidates, and we are happy to report that they have earned sufficient points for membership as required by the International Thespian Society. We will vouch that they are worthy of this honor. In addition to recognizing you for services rendered to your school and its arts program, membership in the Thespians is also evidence of your continued desire to be associated with the others who are working towards high standards for theater production in secondary schools. May I now introduce our sponsor, Mr. Schroeder, who will administer the pledge.
I now ask all eligible inductees of Thespian Troupe 1145 to repeat after me. I promise to uphold the aims and ideals of the International Thespian Society. I am a student of theater, and excellence is my ideal. I promise to perform my part as well as I can. To accept praise and criticism with grace. To cooperate with my fellow thespians. Work for the good of the troupe. And to share my love for theater. The pledge that you have just taken binds you to the principles and ideals of the International Thespian Society. You are to do the tasks assigned to you. You are to cooperate with your troop officers and fellow students, as well as your teachers and administrators, in helping raise the standards of excellence in all areas of your experience. You are to refrain from any action that might hinder you from the work of your troop. You are to conduct yourselves so that you gain the respect of your school and community. Always remember our motto, which comes from Alexander Pope's essay on man, act well your part, there all the honor lies. By the authority delegated to me by the Educational Theater Association, I now declare you members of Troop 1145 at Sam Barlow High School. Congratulations and welcome to the International Thespian Society.
Yay. Throughout the evening, we'll be showcasing the students who qualified for the State Thespian Festival. These students did not get to perform at the festival due to COVID-19, so we decided to honor them tonight. First up is Abigail Bethke performing her state qualifying monologues.
Every time I go to the bathroom, I think, don't sit, don't dawdle, look around, and be safe. My mother told me something once that made me scared to go to the bathroom in public places. It wasn't her constant, did you wipe yourself, that did it, No, it was her story that she told me. She told me once that she went to the bathroom at a gas station. She squatted, peed, and then reached for toilet paper. But she didn't see paper. No, she saw a blinking eye beyond a hole just like that one, big enough so that peeping Tom could look in and see Lady drop her drawers and pop a squat. Luckily, she had a tampon at hand, which made a really good eye jabber. She always had to use the plastic ones and not the cardboard ones, because they could bend or something. So let me tell you, it's hard enough peeing while I'm holding a plastic tampon in one hand, squatting, balancing, holding my pants up with the other hand. Now that's the stuff of circus performers. I'm telling you, Ringling Brothers should hire me. Now I find out that they have two-way mirrors in changing rooms. I'm ordering everything over the internet. Too bad I can't pee that way too. Nope. I'm not gonna let you hurt me, Nora. I'm not gonna let you tell me that I don't love you or that I haven't given you as much as I've given Lori. God knows I'm not perfect because enough angry people in this house have told me so tonight. But I will not be a doormat for all the frustrations and unhappiness that you or Aunt Kate or anyone else wants to lay at my feet. I didn't create the universe. I don't get to decide who lives or who dies, who's rich or who's poor, or who feels loved and who feels deprived. If you feel I haven't given you as much as I've given Lori, then I feel cheated that my husband died at 36. And if you keep feeling this way, you'll end up like me. With something much worse than loneliness or helplessness, and that's self-pity. Believe me, there is nothing worse than a human being that thrives on its own misfortunes. I'm sorry, Nora, that you feel unloved. And I will do everything I can to change that, but I will not go back to being that helpless and frightened woman that I created. I've already buried someone that I love. And now it's time to bury someone that I hate.
All thespians are theater arts honor students, and being inducted is the first of many honors a troupe gets to bestow upon a student. However, ITS recognizes 3 ranks of achievement after induction.
Troupe directors continue to track thespian hours and use those points to recognize outstanding thespian achievements. The first rank we honor tonight is Honor Thespian.
Honor Thespians have earned 60 points for 600 hours of outstanding contributions to the ideals of the society and meritorious work in the field of theater. Please help me in congratulating the following Honor Thespians. They will have their names read out loud and will receive a certificate in the mail. Courtney Bennett, Abigail Bethke, Spence Cheney, Abby Kohler, Bailey Lowry, Cooper Marr, Julia Nicholas, and Bethany Reiner.
National Honor Thespians have earned 120 points for 1,200 hours of exceptional commitment to the ideals of the society and distinguished work in the field of theater. Please help me in congratulating the following National Honor Thespians. They will have their names read out and then a certificate mailed to them. Dana Huber, Peyton Hull, Autumn Johnson, Elizabeth Ross, Andrew Schroeder, and Audrey Thies.
International Honor Thespians have earned the highest rank in ITS. Students who have 180 or more total points for 1,800 hours of extraordinary dedication to the ideals of the society and exemplary work in the field of theater. These students receive a letter in theater and get to wear blue and gold honor cords to graduation. They will have their names read out loud and will also receive a certificate in the mail. Sarah Beckers, Bryce Coverdale, Kelly Georgie, Dustin Grunmeyer, Jordana Young, and Evelyn Whips.
Next up is Dustin Grunmeyer, Kelly Georgie, Jordana Young, and Evelyn Whips performing their state qualifying scene, Three Guys and a Brenda by Adam Bach.
You guys on your shift, right?
Yeah, Brenda.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure, then when your shift starts, you and Bob are gonna teach Brandon how the new machine works. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay then.
Oh, fucking animal nature shows, man.
I know.
They get me every time.
She's so beautiful.
She is.
Is Randall?
Yeah, she is.
Isn't she, Bob? She's beautiful. She is, Randall. I have to tell her she's beautiful. Well, I don't know about that, Randall.
I don't know.
What do you think about that, Joe?
I don't know about that, Bob.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Might not be appropriate in work environment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
this being work.
exactly, yeah. In the work environment. I have to. Well, I mean, if you have to, you have to.
Right.
Like, if you have to, you have to.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I don't think you're going to.
No.
Right?
No. But, Joe here might.
That's something I might tell her.
Not Joe might.
I might say something like, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
But, I don't know whether you'd say something like that.
No. I am too. I'm telling her she's beautiful. Well, okay then.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Because I think she's beautiful. Well, okay then. I mean,
okay.
Alright. I'm gonna say it. Oh, okay then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You think he's gonna tell her?
No way.
Yeah.
The thing that's hard about being a guy is you always have to tell the girl, hey, you're great. Or, hey, I think you're great. Or, you're great. Or, you're great. And would you maybe want to go out sometime? And that's hard. Plus it's hard to have to shave all the time. That's hard too.
Plus, it's hard to pick a good deodorant.
Yeah. That's hard too.
Plus, guys, we have to carry everything.
Right.
Especially heavy things like sofas.
Yeah, that's hard.
Plus you have to drive all the time.
Yeah. And that.
Plus you have to pay.
For everything.
Plus, sometimes you don't understand something and that can make you feel stupid and then you have to pretend to understand it. That can be hard.
Yeah.
That can be hard.
Mostly, though, it's hard thing. I think you're great.
Yeah.
Brenda?
Give me a sec.
Guys, don't bust my chops.
I didn't say anything.
Do not bust my chops.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah?
guys,
Oh, yeah.
what?
Okay, come on.
What?
Bob, come on.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Brenda,
Yeah, okay. I have work, Randall. I have work.
I think you're beautiful.
What? That's not funny.
What?
That's not funny.
I'm not being funny.
That's mean, and that pisses me off. That truly pisses me off.
No, I do.
I have a lot of work, and you're pissing me off.
No, I do. I think you're beautiful, like something beautiful, like the sun in the sky, like a lake, like sunshine on the lake in the early evening, right before the sun goes down and everything's calm and the water's calm. That's what I think.
Shut up.
No, I do.
Like a lake?
Like sunshine on the lake.
Really?
And I think if only I could kiss her, I'd be happy.
Just a kiss?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, that made me happy.
I have work.
Okay.
I have work.
Oh, okay.
I told my wife I love the sound of her voice on the phone, and I do. I still do.
I gave my girlfriend a smooth stone that I found on the side of the road.
Right?
Yeah.
Thespians who demonstrate high academic success and overall coursework earn the distinction Scholar. Here is Mr. Schroeder to introduce this year's scholars.
I am very proud of all of our Thespian scholars, not only for their dedication to this department, but to their education. The following Thespians have earned a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.0 and have been awarded the Thespian Scholars distinction. Bryce Coverdale, Dana Huber, Ethan Golden, and Darren Medrano. The following Thespians have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher and have been awarded the Vice President's List Scholar distinction. Jennifer Kaufman, Kelly Georgie, Bethany Reiner, and Jordana Young. This year, we have one Thespian who has earned a cumulative GPA of 4.0 and has been awarded the President's List Scholar distinction. Congratulations to Evelyn Whips. For over 30 years, students in the San Barlow Theater Department have been awarded Outstanding Thespian Awards for acting and technical achievements in our productions, as voted on by their peers. Tonight, we continue that great tradition. I will announce the top 4 nominees in each category and then announce the winner.
The first award is Outstanding Actress in a Minor Role, and the top nominees are Jennifer Kaufman as the dark figure in the musical comedy Murders of 1940, Elizabeth Ross as Edna Klein in Children of a Lesser God, and the winner is Jennifer Kaufman as the dark figure in the musical comedy Murders of 1940. The next award is Outstanding Actress in a Supporting Role, and the top nominees are Sarah Beckers as Helsa Wenzel in the musical comedy Murders of 1940, Jordana Young as Lydia in Children of a Lesser God, Sophia Maldonado as Sophia in the complete works of William Shakespeare, abridged, Dana Huber as Bernice Roth in the musical comedy Murders of 1940. And the winner is Jordana Young as Lydia in Children of a Lesser God. The next award is Outstanding Actor in a Supporting Role. And the top nominees are Connell Hardenberg as Mr. Franklin in Children of a Lesser God, Dustin Grunmeyer as Roger Hopewell in The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940, Bryce Coverdale as Patrick O'Reilly in The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940, Dustin Grunmeyer as Oren in Children of a Lesser God. And the winner is Dustin Grunmeyer as Roger Hopewell in The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940. The next award is Outstanding Actress in a Lead Role, and the top nominees are Evelyn Whips as Nikki Crandall in The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940, Solin Perez as Solin in The Complete Works of William Shakespeare, Abridged, Kelly Georgie as Sarah Norman in Children of a Lesser God, and Jordana Young as Elsa von Grosseknuten in Musical Comedy Murders of 1940. And the winner is Kelly Georgie as Sarah Norman in Children of a Lesser God. The next award is Outstanding Actor in a Lead Role, and the top nominees are Darren Madrano as Eddie McEwen in The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940, Bryce Coverdale as James Leeds in Children of a Lesser God, Connell Hardenberg as Connell in The Complete Works of William Shakespeare, Abridged. And the winner is Bryce Coverdale as James Leeds in Children of a Lesser God. The next award is Outstanding Technical Achievement. This award is also voted on by the students and recognizes a student who presented outstanding skills, leadership, and initiative in a role on the technical crew for a production. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Technical Achievement goes to Grace Sales for her role as stage manager in Children of a Lesser God.
The award I will be presenting is the Rising Thespian Award. This award is voted upon by your board and is given to two freshmen, a boy and a girl, who we believe have shown the most progress and whose characteristics we believe best display our values. This year, the award goes to Jenna Nuttall and Luke Palau. Congratulations, guys.
In 2015, I started a new award called the Director's Award. This award is chosen by me and goes to a senior student who dedicated several years to the theater program and who has gone above and beyond what is expected of them. This year's recipient has been involved in classes and productions all 4 years at Barlow and even participated in a Barlow show as a middle school student. She's a leader and is loved by her peers. In addition to participation in the theater program, she leads and participates in other clubs at Barlow, is a Vice President's List Thespian Scholar, and is heavily involved in the DCD drama program. The best part, she always has a huge smile on her face. This year's recipient of the 2019-2020 Director's Award proudly goes to Jordana Young. The next award is one of the highest honors a student can receive in our department. Each year, students vote on an outstanding senior thespian who has achieved high excellence as a performer and/or technician, promotes our values as a department, and inspires all. This year, we have a special guest to announce this year's recipient. Please welcome the 2018-2019 Outstanding Senior, Emily Schneider.
Hi everyone, this is Emily Schneider and I have the honor and privilege of awarding this year's Outstanding Senior Award. So, this senior is a triple threat. They are a strong leader and an inspiration to anyone and everyone they meet. In addition to being in the theater classes, they did productions all 4 years and were awarded 3 ribbons in 3 different categories at regionals this year. The 2019 to 2020 Outstanding Senior Award goes to Evelyn Whip! course. Congratulations. I love you all. Bye.
I want to take a moment and honor some amazing volunteers. The Barlow VIPs, Very Involved Parents and Supporters, is a nonprofit organization of parents, community members, and alumni that was started to benefit the choir and theater programs at Sam Barlow High School. We could never do all that we do without them. This year alone, the Barlow VIPs has put in over 2,100 hours of volunteer work at Barlow. Let's take a moment and celebrate their work.
I don't know, you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. For your selflessness, my admiration. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 You've been so kind and generous. I don't know how you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. And I never could have come this far without you. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 la
Here's a message from Heidi and Missy Thies as they announce this year's VIPs Props Awards.
Hi guys, we love you and we miss you and we hope you're having a great awards night. We're sorry that we're not with you in person, but we're making the best of it. We are here. Oh, I'm Missy. This is Heidi.
Yes.
Yep, that's her. Hopefully you guys know who we are by now. If not, you can just call us the ladies who never go home.
I don't know how you possibly don't know who we are.
I know. So we're here to present the VIP Props Awards. And these came about a few years ago when we would sit down at the end of the school year and reflect and be like, wow, wasn't it amazing when that kid went above and beyond? And wow, that student really helped out when they weren't asked. So we wanted to find a way to recognize you guys not only for being amazing performers, singers, dancers, and actors, but just all around great humans. So Heidi's going to start at the beginning of the school year, and then I'll start over, and then I'll take over.
Okay, so this first award is for Grace Sales. She was the stage manager of the first show of the season, Children of a Lesser God, which was very largely done in sign language. And Grace learned all of the sign language even though she did not have to, so she could keep her castmates accountable.
And another thing about Grace is that this was her second show that she stage managed that was not in the auditorium. So we watched you, Grace, totally rock it at Sandy High School and do an amazing job as a stage manager, and then having to do it in Mr. Schroeder's classroom. So you're a great stage manager and a great kid, and you still didn't get to do it in the auditorium.
Yeah, you will. Okay, the next person I have is Evelyn Whips. Evelyn was instrumentally important in the fundraiser that we did at Courtyard Fountains in February. She was the choreographer for us, kind of spur of the moment, and she stayed up late and made videos of herself doing the dances so that even with our very little time to prepare, everybody felt like they knew what they were doing.
And when we would be at rehearsals, Evelyn, it was like having a third adult in the room. She kind of commands respect, and everybody stay focused and do what they need to do. So you're a natural leader, kid.
The next person I have is Jordana Young, also from that same fundraiser. We realized early on that we needed somebody else as like a stage manager of sorts, so we pulled Jordana off from being a waitress and asked her to help us and give us a third hand.
We also threw her in last minute to a dance number that she was not supposed to be in. So when we realized that we needed a third set of hands on site as like an assistant to us, Heidi was upstairs, I was downstairs, we instantly knew. We both just looked at each other and were like, Joe. So you're an amazing kiddo.
The next person I have is Lizzie Ross. During MCM, Lizzie was putting in long hours with me. I directed Shakespeare, which I assume everybody watching this knows, and Lizzie was in Shakespeare. So we were putting in extremely long hours, not only with our show, but also being at MCM. She was a waiter. She wasn't just a waiter, she actually folded all of the napkins every night and helped me with the seating assignments, even though she was exhausted and I was exhausted.
And Lizzie, you are the kind of kid that always checks in with me when you get there. Do you need anything? Can I do anything? I see you several times throughout the night or the day, whether it's a concert or a show, and you always check in with me before you leave. You're always one of the last students to leave, and you're like, Missy, I'm gonna go home. Is there anything else that you need before I go? So we just love having these kinds of students around. That is what a VIP Props Award is for.
The last kid that I have before it is her turn is Bryce Coverdale. This is also from MCM. My mom and I run hair and makeup, and we are very busy during the pre-show time, which means that we don't have time to run errands, get ourselves food, anything to drink, anything from home, anything that we may need. And Bryce was the one that kind of ran around downtown Gresham, making sure that we had everything that we needed as far as calories, caffeine, things like that. So Bryce saved my butt picking up my bagel like 10 times. So.
And my favorite thing about Bryce as a student, and I've heard this from other VIPs as well, is that you always tell us how much you appreciate us. If there's an adult in the room and Bryce sees that, oh my gosh, what time did you get here? Or it's so late and you're still here. He tells us over and over again, in your eyes, super genuine and authentic, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything that you do for us as students. All right, so I'm gonna take over also during MCM. So my first award goes to Jen Kaufman. So the initial reason for this award was because Jen was a transfer and she was a new student, and her first job was to be a stage manager, and she had never done it before and she didn't ask for it. It was a class assignment that she was just assigned. So I think that that's a huge deal.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. She was doing her very first stage managing gig at a dinner theater, which was crazy.
And just overall, you just super seamlessly integrated into the program, and that as a VIP is just a super amazing thing to see. You fit right in. All right, next, Dustin Grunmeyer. So specifically, this is for all of the running around that Dustin did for us during MCM. But I would like to say that Dustin, you have been doing this for me since you were very young, and then you got a car and a driver's license, and it got even worse. Multiple times I have asked Dustin to run to my house say, go, let yourself in, go into this room, and I need this. And during MCM specifically, I forgot something big and heavy at my house, and he had a fever, and he came to my house and picked it up, no questions asked.
I've been watching Dustin obviously for a very long time. Dustin has an older brother who is my age. I went to school with him, and Dustin has always been around. This has been a long time coming. This is a props award that you've been earning for like 8 years.
Yeah, love you, kiddo.
Love you.
All right, so now we're going to Shakespeare, last show of the year, and like Heidi said, she was directing Shakespeare, so she wasn't there as a VIP. She was concentrating on the show and helping you guys in that way. So it was kind of up to me to kind of keep my eyes out as to what I saw as far as the students that were stepping above and beyond. So the first award goes to Dustin Bell. Now, Dustin, in a lot of ways, just like Dustin Grunmeyer, is kind of my go-to. If he sees me on site at the school, he's always knows there's something in my car that needs unloaded. He's my hands and feet. He runs around and does whatever I ask him to do. And this particular time during Shakespeare, I watched him usher at every single show. There was one show that he couldn't be at the whole time, and he took it upon himself to ask Cooper to step in for him, but he was on it. He was super proud to be head usher.
He asked me like a few days before we started Tech Week if he could usher for me, and I realized at that moment that I had not asked anybody to usher, and head usher was born. So thank goodness.
And I did notice one time I came in during dress rehearsals and he was your audience.
He was.
Come in after school and listen to the jokes. All right, so lastly, we're still in Shakespeare, and the last award goes to Brian Kilgo. Now, Brian is new to the program. I don't know if all of you have had a chance to meet him, but I remember walking into the library/choir room during one of the rehearsals, and Brian was sitting behind the desk on his laptop, and he had headphones on, and you just give off this like air of like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be a part of it. You came right up, you introduced yourself to me. You've told me multiple times how happy you are to be a part of this program. And there was a lot of stuff that I didn't see, like running around stuff.
Yeah, we are obviously under construction at Barlow, and there was a lot of times where we didn't know where equipment was. And Jeff would just give Brian his keys, and Brian ran around the school trying to find everything that was put into places that didn't make sense by janitors or other people that didn't know. And thank God, because we probably wouldn't have had a speaker if it wasn't for Brian at the last minute.
So hopefully you guys see that we are watching you throughout the school year. We're not just there to sell tickets to a concert or a show or to do concessions. We really do care about you guys, and we want to see you excel as human beings. And we definitely notice when you guys go above and beyond to help us as the VIPs or to help each other. And that's what makes this program so incredibly special.
I wish that we could recognize you in a grander way, but we will be mailing you these certificates, and we love you. Your name will be on the website. Yay!
We love you. Bye!
Love you.
Next up is Audrey Thies performing her state qualifying song, Daryl is a Boy and He Lives in My Closet by Michael Mitnick.
Come here. I have a secret to tell you. I have a secret. It's a really big one, okay? Shh. Okay. Daryl is a boy and he lives in my closet. He is not imaginary and he's really cute. Daryl is a boy and he lives in my closet, and I got in there with cookies and some juicy fruit. One time I tried to kiss him. I said one kiss and you can go. Oh, Daryl, I know I miss him. He gave a peck. I said I know I swore, but you can't go. I slammed the door shut. There is a boy who I locked in my closet because he tried escaping, which I won't allow. Daryl is a boy who's locked up in my closet. First he was my next door neighbor, he's my husband now. One time he tried to trick me. He says I really have to pee. Oh, Daryl, you cannot fool me. because I did not feed you water. Shush! I'll read us Harry Potter. Daryl is a boy and he pooped in my closet. It is not imaginary and it smells real bad. Daryl is a boy who made poop in my closet. It fell in my princess slippers, man, he makes me mad. One time he tried to trick me. He asked me, would you like a kiss? Oh, Daryl, I said, come quickly. I opened up the door and shut my eyes and waited there for his surprise. Ah! Daryl is a jerk who locked me in my closet. I'm getting kind of hungry and I want to shout. Daryl is a jerk who locked me in my closet. And so now I know he loves me, and I'll hug him, and I'll hold him, and I'll kiss him, and I'll snug him. Cannot wait to tell him as soon as I get out.
Hi, I'm Madeline Johnson, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about my friend Sarah Beckers. Sarah's one of the few people in this program who's made a huge impact on me. I met her during my first ever musical, Into the Woods. This was way out of my comfort zone, but Sarah made it the best part of my 8th grade year. From the insane workouts we did to the song Boombastic, to the fun dances we learned, Sarah showed me how awesome musical theater is. From then on, we've been best friends. I'm so glad she introduced me to theater and dance, and I aspire to be as good as the tapper as she is one day. Sarah also encouraged me to audition for 42nd Street this year. I could have never done without her. She's always there to support her friends and celebrate their accomplishments. I'm so beyond lucky that I met Sarah and got to make some amazing memories with her. From napping on the theater room floor to screaming Addams Family songs in her car, I'm gonna miss her so much. But I hope her dreams of becoming a Disney princess come true. She's completely changed my life and I'm so thankful for that. I love you, Sarah.
Sarah, you are dynamic. On stage and in person. You are a bright light everywhere you go. Your energy, your passion, and your incredible talent will take you far. Thank you for being a daughter, a friend, and an inspiration to me. I can't wait to see your name in lights on Broadway. I'll miss you next year. Our program will not be the same without you.
As most of you know, I am terrible at first opinions of people, but for some reason, my first opinion of Jen wasn't bad. I saw a sweet, feisty, weird girl that was growing into a beautiful young woman. I've looked up to you since day one. It was odd that a girl would move all the way from Virginia to wet, boring Oregon, but you fit right in. It was like we had known you since you were a freshman and like you'd been a part of our troupe for decades. One night, Jen drove me home from a party and we spent about an hour sitting at the park by my house, and we talked from everything from boys to life in Virginia. I'll miss those deep, long talks. Jennifer, you inspire me and our whole troupe. You're special and one of a kind. You are a meaningful and memorable part of our lives. Thank you for everything you've done here. But there's no script for you to look at anymore. It's time for you to mark your own pages and for you to press your own cues. Hold tight onto these words as you go off into your next adventure of your life, but always remember that you have a home at Barlow. Break a leg at OSU. I so wish I could give you a hug right now and squeeze your hand, but until we meet again, know that you are loved dearly by your family here.
Jen, you are gentleness. You are always there to help and always willing to go the extra mile. You love people and they love you. I'm so glad you moved here and decided to get involved with us. It feels like you needed us as much as we needed you. You made an impact, and our program will not be the same without you.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all enjoying awards night. Tonight I have the privilege of talking about one of our amazing seniors, Bryce Coverdale. I've technically known Bryce for 3 years, but this year is when he started becoming my best friend. I found him at a really hard time in my life, but he was still able to connect with me in a way that nobody else has. Ever since we became friends, I've never doubted that he was going to be right by my side, and I always knew that he was going to have my back. I know so many people have been impacted by Bryce for so many reasons. Whether that's his incredible acting has touched someone's heart, or he's been a shoulder for someone else to cry on, or he's just made you laugh and smile. He's really important to a lot of people in this department. From funny rehearsal moments to lunch mini-mart runs to him bullying Schroeder probably a little bit more than he should have. Bryce has helped us all create some memories that we're never gonna forget. He's always been such a supportive and caring person that you could talk to no matter how much or how little you knew him. He's contributed so much time and energy into this department. His talent has brought so much to our shows and changed them for the better. His energy is always so refreshing to have in a cast, and it spreads to those around him. He's such an inspiration to watch, both on the stage and in actual life. He always works so hard to make sure whatever he's in is the best that he can be. I've always been so impressed with how amazing he is and just how much he's grown. With everything Bryce has done, there's no doubt that he's going to always be a part of this family, and he's going to be truly missed. Even though it might be difficult for me not seeing my best friend every day, I know that he's going to go on to do some amazing things and change the lives of so many other people. Bryce, thank you for being my biggest role model and my absolute best friend. I love you so much, and thank you for being right by my side. I wouldn't be the person who I am today without you.
Bryce, you are passionate. Don't ever lose that passion, Bryce. I have loved seeing your growth from your freshman year to your senior year. You've inspired me. You are gifted, and I have no doubt that you will do great things and will continue to tell stories to many people. Believe in yourself and never forget what you've learned in your time here at Barlow. I'll miss you very much, son. Your presence on stage is palpable. Our program will not be the same without you.
I've known Kelly since I was in 6th grade, and all the time that I've known her, she's been so supportive and kind and just a really great friend. She's the best theater mom I could ask for. I'm gonna be really sad to see her go because she brings such a light to this theater department. She's someone I look up to and really admire. Kelly is talented and beautiful inside and out, and I'm really gonna miss her. Love you, Kelly.
Kelly, you are artistry. In your actions, in your words, in your silence, you paint a picture. Your performance as Sarah Norman was breathtaking, and your work ethic was unprecedented. You have a gentle spirit that will inspire many people. I will miss that about you. Our program will not be the same without you.
Oh goodness gravy, here goes nothing. Ethan, you are a great friend, a best friend to many people, not just me, not just our group, but to others in the theater community and beyond. Why, I can remember back to Mamma Mia when I was just a small freshman, or as you would call me, a hecking freshman. You made sure I did 2-minute planks every day, just so we could get our stunt down, and we did it amazingly. But you're so much bigger than that. You left a name in the theater company and a legacy that will be remembered forever. When I was given the opportunity to speak to you, I was ecstatic. You're such a big role model to me. But when I was thinking of things to say about you, I didn't know if it needed to be drastic, but then I realized it would be golden if I was just talking about you. I remember you playing Harry in Mamma Mia. Why, I can still recall that song. You sang it so well. Or I remember when you played Plum in Clue. You look great in purple. Just please don't shoot me. It'd be Plum with the revolver in the forest. Or, I remember when you were chosen to play Paris in the Crucible, where you preached out against witchery. When I found out you were playing Paris, I thought there was nobody better fit for that role. And I was right. But maybe outside of our company, where you played Grandpa Joe. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, did they get the professional? But then I realized, no, they got someone better. They got you. Looking towards the future, I can see you're well off and ready to go. And you're going to do amazing things. Thank you for our time in our lives, Ethan.
Ethan, you are golden. I remember when I first met you and your wonderful family during Footloose at CCT. You had such a gentle spirit, and I could tell right away you had a special gift for music. I have loved watching you grow up. You're an inspiration to so many people, Ethan. I'll miss talking with you and working with you next year. You are going to do great things. Our program will not be the same without you.
Dustin Grunmeyer. Where do I even begin? I met you when I was in OME, and even though everybody thinks you did Aladdin, you really started in Honk. And honestly, I couldn't be happier to have met you then. And you made me so excited to finally be able to go into high school, because I knew that you and so many other people would be there and have our backs. And when I finally did get to high school, wouldn't you know it, I got into your first period, and I didn't really expect much because I was nervous, but you were my good friend in that class, and I don't think I could have wanted anybody else to be with me. You really put me out of my shell and pushed me to be the person that you knew I could be, and I couldn't be more thankful. We'd go on drives together, and you'd take me shopping to really push me and put me out of my comfort zone. And you'd make some really questionable jokes, but they were funny. And you made me feel really happy in some really, really dark times. And I'm so happy that I could even help you when you were going through something. I don't know what this department's going to do without you now that you're leaving. I don't know what I'm gonna do without you now that you're leaving. I'm really gonna miss you. You are so amazing, and I don't think you see that half the time. You were one of my best friends, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without that. I wish you could stay a little bit longer, but I know you're going to do amazing things. I just wish the best for you, and I hope everything goes okay. Love you, Dustin.
Dustin, you are animated. It took me a while to find out the right word to describe you, Dustin. Animated suits you. I have loved seeing you blossom over the years. You are loved by your peers, and you are always the life of the party. You are strong and incredibly talented, and I know you will go far with those gifts. I will miss your dynamic personality in these halls. Our program will not be the same without you.
I first met Dana when she transferred to my middle school, and I'm not sure whether it was the dyed hair, the thick eyeliner, or the emo band t-shirts, but I just sensed we had a lot in common, so I set out to get to know her better, and I'm really, really glad that I did. Later that year, coincidentally, was the first show she had ever been in, and that was Annie Jr. She got cast as Miss Hannigan, and although she hates when people talk about it, I can never forget some of the memories from that show. And the iconic wig she had to wear that made her look like Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. Since then, we have been in lots of shows together and just had a lot of time to bond. This year she's given me lots of rides to school-related events or theater-related events, and I've cherished every second of it because she's one of those people that you can talk to about anything, and She just makes you feel really at home and comfortable. And she also has an impeccable music taste, so that helps. Not only is she amazing in our program and has made some great contributions to theater, but she makes contributions to other aspects of the art world and is just a super talented, creative artist.
Dana, you are unique. I will miss seeing you walk into class with a different hair color. Your quirky personality always adds life to the room, and your energy is infectious. I am proud of you, and I will miss your smile. Our program will not be the same without you.
I have the honor of being able to talk about Bethany. Bethany I got to know backstage on crew during Mamma Mia. I then got to know her even better that year during Theater 3-4, where we became a tight-knit little family. I was really happy to know that she was one of the people who had signed up to become a part of Theater 5-6. I got to work with her even closer during our production of William Shakespeare, where I found out that she's even more talented than I thought. Not only is she a talented dancer, but she's also a talented actor. She did such an amazing job with her character during William Shakespeare, even though we were all a little bit mean to her character, and I felt so bad every time because she's so caring and sweet and kind and makes sure that everyone knows that they are important and valid. Bethany is one of the sweetest people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I'm so happy I got to know her these last few years. I'm really gonna miss seeing you in class, Bethany, and getting to work with you, but I'm really proud of you, and I'm so happy that I got to know you these last few years. You're amazing, and I can't wait to see where you go from here.
Bethany, you are unwavering. I always know that I can count on you for anything, Bethany. You are a rock and a force of light in our department. I was so glad to see you when you came back to theater your junior year. I always knew you had potential as a performer. I'm so glad we got this year. Our program will not be the same without you.
Hi! So, I'm talking about Darren. Darren! I can't believe this, dude. This is crazy. One of the first times I really got to know you was last year during the One Acts, the student-directed One Acts. I remember you guys were doing some sort of piece where you guys had to be dogs. It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. I loved it. I remember thinking that we would be good friends because our senses of humor were so close together and we were mixed in with sort of the same friend group. So pretty soon after that, we did Clue. I loved Clue for so many different reasons. I loved that it was a small cast, so we all got pretty close pretty quickly. During rehearsals, you were always so much fun to be around, and I knew that if I was ever having a bad day or struggling with something, I could always come to you and talk to you, and you would just listen and give me advice and just be my friend, and I really appreciate that. During Clue was also when we found out something together that really messed with our heads. It really did. So it was one of the rehearsals. We were on a break and I was losing my mind. I was going crazy. I was bouncing off the walls, and we both ran into the staff cafeteria, like the staff lunchroom area. And eventually we discovered that there was no salt anywhere. There was no salt anywhere. Like, there were no salt shakers on any of the tables. There was only pepper, just pepper on all the tables, and we were so outraged by it, and we thought that it was just the funniest thing in the whole world. So we proceeded to go run back out into rehearsal and yell to everyone that there was no salt, and we thought that it was really, really funny. I love that story because it's so weird, and it really like started our friendship. It was at the very beginning of our friendship, and I just loved it. I think it was around that same time that we went to the bonfire at school, and you were like doing your dance moves, and I was like, dude, who is that guy? Like, he looks like so much fun. I want to be his friend. He looks so much fun to hang out with. And you had so much energy. You were so nice, and you were so chill at the same time. Like, I just got great vibes from you. I just wanted to be your friend.
So then our friendship grew into playing Cards Against Humanity at your house at like 2 a.m., going to Crown Point at 2 a.m., McDonald's when we felt like it, calling each other names, and just basically laughing at nothing. Whether it was making me laugh or inviting me over with your friends because I had a bad day, or giving me advice, or having long, meaningful talks, you have always been there for me. Darren, you mean so much to me, and you've made such an impact on my life. I'm so sad to see you go, but I know that you're gonna do great things. Thank you. I love you like a brother. My family loves you. We love you so much. And text me. Bye.
Darren, you are gifted. You are natural on stage and in life. I'm glad I pushed you to continue theater. I know it may not have been your scene, but you influenced so many people with your presence in our program, and I believe you created some memories that will last forever. I am incredibly proud of you for sticking to theater, and honestly, we all would have missed working with you if you didn't. You are a good friend, and our program will not be the same without you.
Autumn Johnson, talented, radiant, and not to mention, an amazing duo partner for regionals. Autumn has made a huge impact on me and my close friends since freshman year. She was one of those people that stood out to me a lot because I constantly was watching her do things for the benefit of others or lending a helping hand to even people that she doesn't know that well. She's just super warm and inviting, and it's rare to find someone with the gift of making people feel at home. I loved working hard on our duo song for regionals, and I also loved working with her during Guys and Dolls. And with all that charisma and a heart of gold, I know that Autumn can do anything that she puts her mind to.
Autumn, you are fun. Believe it or not, I already miss you making memes of me every day. I know it's out of love and respect. I have seen you grow tremendously over the years, and I am proud to have had a small part in that journey. I'll miss your laughter and your tears. You are a gem, and our program will not be the same without you.
Evelyn, it has been a privilege to get to know you as you have become a role model and a friend. You were always a person that I looked towards for positivity and strength in dance practices. Rehearsing with you made me a better dancer, actor, and made me enjoy theater more. You were there when I needed help, and you sent me dance instruction videos and gave me rides home when I needed it. When you are around, you make me feel like dancing. You will truly be missed by the Barlow Theater Department. I wish you the best, and I'm sure wherever you go, you will bring the same joy and energy you always brought to our school.
Evelyn, you are a visionary. You see how things work and how to implement a vision. You are a director at heart, and I see that in you. You are a hard worker and a pleasant, sometimes sassy presence in our program. You are a triple threat and a dear friend to many. I don't know many people that I would trust to be a stage manager their sophomore year. You are special, Evelyn. Our program won't be the same without you.
Jordana Young, where can I even start? You have helped me make countless memories throughout the 2 years I've known you. Now, I could sit here and talk about how much we're all going to miss you and how big of an impact you had on this department, but everybody already knows that. Instead, I want to share all the great memories we had together, even outside of school. You put up with my crazy shenanigans every day, from your car dying in the Barlow parking lot and you letting me punch the engine, which surprisingly worked, fighting for the front seat of your car, and me always trying to get you to eat gluten, even if it could have killed you. Then there was the burrito. This is by far the best memory I have of us. The whole day was the best time I had had in a long time.
Put the burrito back in the car! My God! No!
I'm gonna miss you so much. I know you will only be a 3-hour drive away, but that seems way too far. I'm gonna miss seeing you in the halls every day and being able to talk to you whenever I want. I hope college treats you well, Jordana, and no one tries to force feed you gluten, because that's my job. I'm gonna miss you.
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memory.
Jordana, you are joy. You always have a big smile on your face and always seem to be having fun. You have a tremendous work ethic and are always the first to help. As a performer, your singing voice and acting improved incredibly. I'll never forget how impressed Miss Schroeder, Cami, and myself were at your audition for 42nd Street. I am so proud of you, and I'll miss your energy. Our program won't be the same without you. I want to take this time to honor the 2019-2020 Thespian Board for their incredible work this year. Bryce Coverdale, Kelly Georgie, Elizabeth Ross, Evelyn Whips, and Jordana Young. Thank you for your partnership, your leadership, and your friendship. You have left a legacy that will live on at Barlow forever. Thank you. As we say goodbye to this year's board, I also want to celebrate the 2021 Thespian Board members for next year. Abby Kohler, Toby Niehorn, Julia Nicholas, Grace Sales, Andrew Schroeder, and Audrey Thies. I have a message of hope for all of us. You see, in the theater we have a tradition. Whenever the theater is empty, we're always sure to leave one light on. Typically on a stand in the center of the stage, this light is known as a ghost light. There are many stories about its origin, but its meaning is unmistakable. It means though the theater is empty, we will return. Many of us have taken big hits during this pandemic. Financial and emotional weights have come crashing down on our entire industry, reducing them to a bunch of ghost lights. But the ghost light is a temporary placeholder. They are a sign. We might be down now, but our passion, our creativity, our drive is still center stage. We'll be unplugging those ghost lights in no time. Until then, here's a ghost light to let the world know that we will be back and we will rebuild.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for the day. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. We may not reach the ending, but we can start. Slowly but truly mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up better and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but finally a city of men. A city of men.
Okay, hello, awards night, people. We are gonna do who can put on more show shirts in 30 seconds.
Ready, set, go. Time.
2, 4, 5. 4. I got 4. I won! Okay, so we watched it back, and apparently I kept going after Annie called time, allegedly. So technically, we tied. 4 each. We have so much in store for you tonight. We have senior awards, we have new Thespian inductions, and special performances by state qualifiers. We have so much in store for you tonight. We have senior awards, we have new Thespian inductions, and dang it!
I have theater points.
Thespian points!
Or Thespian points, yeah.
The camera's sideways!
And I forgot that you existed.
It was a song. I know. Why'd you because you're weird. I know. Annie, why are you going the opposite direction?